In this particular video 5, you're going to learn how to set up emails, both welcome emails, follow-up emails, and more. Now, for many of you, you might already know how to do this, but I created this specifically for those that don't know how to set up emails in Aweber. Alright, adding follow-up emails and welcome emails to your list is a very easy thing to do. All you have to do is pick the list that you want to add the message to, then click on messages, then click on follow-up. Once you do that, then of course you can add the welcome email, which is the first email. And I'll just give you an example here. This is an email I created for a different list. And I have a text message here where I welcome people. Just basically, all you have to do is thank them for signing up on the list. Show them, give them a video or content that, you know, something that will constantly build their trust, as well as some sort of call to action, as well as, telling them that they're going to receive content within the next few days or within the next few weeks. Now, the first email is going to be sent immediately. So that would be the welcome email. And then after that, you can go back to messages, click on follow up, and add new follow up message. You want to add the subject line. Then in this case, you're using an HTML message. So like I showed you in the previous video, you could either choose from an existing template, or you can get a template from themeforest.net. Get the code, simply copy the source code, click source code, copy it in there. Once you're ready to edit, then you can click on design, and then you can see the design there. Now, the only thing you got to remember is that depending on when you send it, if you send it every week, then every new message you create, basically number 2 is sent 7 days after the previous. So if you do it on a weekly basis, it's going to be 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, 7 days for everything. But if you're doing it every other day, then just keep in mind, okay, when was the last one sent? Do I send it 2 days later after the previous, or do I send it 3 days later? And it's merely up to you, but that just tells the system whether or not, when to send it, what day to send it. Every day, every few days, every other day. You could even send it first one, 2 days later, send another one, 3 days later, send another one. But I would highly recommend that when you're dealing with these offline companies, is that in this case, what you can do is just go to the follow up, keep adding emails, and just make sure that you have it on a consistent basis. If it's every other day, that's fine. But if it's every week, make sure that you email it, 7 days after the previous, 7 days after the previous. That way, if somebody signs up on Sunday, then they're going to get it consistently on Sunday. One thing that is a neat trick is that if you send it consistently to them week after week after week, and you can tell this to the offline business, you can tell them that if somebody signs up on Tuesday at a specific given time, generally they are probably free the next Tuesday at that same given time, whether they signed up during the lunch period or whatever. But if you have some sort of consistency, then they're going to expect the email at the same time. They most likely will have free time during that time they signed up. And therefore, in the future, they can read the emails on a consistent basis. So you can even tell that to the offline business owner, and they'll be like, "Wow, that's interesting." So it kind of helps increase your trust and your relationship and your rapport between you and that business owner. And when you start out, remember, if you're not going to close the deals, you can still learn a lot from just having free consultations and setting things up. You could even, the first few ones, you could even charge, like, you could give away free consultations and, put it down to a couple $100 if if the customer or if the business owner can recommend, let's say, 4 or 5 other people that they know. You could do that, and generally that tends to boost your business as well. And I'm just telling you things from my own experience. But that's how to add follow-up emails to Aweber. And as you can see, it's very easy to do. Of course, once you're ready to go and you're done with the follow-up emails, then you can create a web form. Create a web form. For example, I've already created one here. But it's 3 steps. The first step is to just pick a design. And as you can see, they have tons of designs. Templates, as you can see here. Once you have the design picked out, you can go to the settings, name the form, add your thank you page and all that. And then when you're ready to publish, you can have the form information. You can either have Aweber host the form, or you can put it on your website.